Boots, Bats and Balls on Six Towns Radio.
Afternoon. Sorry, thanks. I'm used to it.
Mark, things aren't going too well for Sunderland, but to make it worse, you're turning up with a win rate of 71% against them. You've played them 14 times and won 10.
Right.
But it's not going to be a dirty shoot, though, is it, tomorrow?
No, absolutely not. No, they're fighting for their lives. I think you've heard me talk about, not only me, but many managers talk about the importance of the first goal. I think that's key tomorrow. I think if we are able to score first, I think that will hurt Sunderland, obviously, clearly. But given their position, I think they need a lot of things to go in their way, just because maybe their confidence at the moment, given their results, is a little bit fragile, so they need things to go for them, possibly more so than has done in previous games. So if we can affect their level of confidence by obviously playing well, starting well, getting in front, then all those factors will impact detrimentally on them. Hopefully that's our plan. We want to start the game well and make sure that we take the points away from them.
You were talking about Charlie Hanneman and perhaps extending his contract or not, but I think it's just kind of strange. He's only started 10 games this season, 10 league games this season, scored 3 goals. And, I think a lot of people felt he was a shoo-in for the Southampton game, particularly after the 2 away games, particularly the goal of Chelsea and this sort of thing. But we played Steve Nolan instead. What was you thinking there?
It's a tough call on Charlie. Charlie is one of those players that will have an impact irrespective of what he does. Sometimes it's a case, it's fine margins, and Stephen Ireland will give us a different type of threat than what Charlie will, and on different occasions against different opposition. Sometimes we will look to obviously not to be as open. Obviously we were playing a top quality team in Southampton last weekend, so I felt maybe starting Stephen and Charlie would be a mistake, leave us a little bit open. So that was the thinking behind it. There's no reflection on Charlie, to be perfectly honest, but it was just one of those decisions that you have to make sometimes. But as I said after the game, when you know with Charlie that even though he doesn't start games, he's fully engaged in the game. He's a good student of the game. He wants to have an understanding of what's required and what's needed, so he's fully engrossed in the game even when he's on the bench. So when you bring him on that he's got a good understanding of what's required given the circumstances of the game, and he's done that time and time again. So that's credit to him, because he doesn't mope around, he doesn't throw his toys out the pram. He's very much a team player, and he wants the team to do well, irrespective if he starts games or not. So credit to him for that. Mark Muniz is not available. Stephen Ireland, Peter Crouch will be available. Peter Odemwingie is likely to be on the bench. He's not in a position to start games, but he's training an hour and 30 minutes every day. He's been doing that for over 2 weeks now. So to have him as an option on the bench is not going to compromise him. It won't put him at risk. He's ready. He's done enough work. So as an option for maybe the last 20-25 minutes in a game, I think it's one that we have to pursue. He's in a good place. He's confident. So he may well feature tomorrow. Okay.